In this video today, we'll show you how to download products in your SI trial. The first place you want to go is from the home screen. When you first launch the system, we can go up here to Catalog, and we'll go here to Add Products from Library. This will take you to the Details library, where you can choose to download any products you want from the thousands of brands and vendors that we have available. Now, there are a few options here, which we'll take you through today in this video. One, on the left-hand side, you're going to see a list of all of your available manufacturers to download from. And as you can see, they're all listed here alphabetically. If you're looking for a particular brand, best way to find it, you can also use the search up here at the top. That'll take you directly to it. You can select the manufacturer that you would like to download products from. And some of the manufacturers, when they're a partner of ours, you'll see this screen like this that shows you any of the latest updates. Click on Download Products here to access the full list. Now, when a product listing shows up here, you're going to see the total number of products available for download. Now, these will be the number of active products available. If there are items that you're looking for that you don't see in the list that may be a bit older, feel free to check this box here. This will actually allow the search to now look at discontinued products. So that is an option that is off by default. But like I said, you do have the option to turn that off and on as you need to. Now, when you're also searching through the library, over here on the left-hand side, you're going to see categories. You can search those categories. This does also allow you to narrow down your results. If you only perhaps use certain product lines or certain categories of equipment from a vendor, this will trim the results down. You can also click the little plus symbol here to expand it, and you can also go further and jump into things like subcategories. So if I just want to look at touchscreens as an example, you'll see those results of several thousand have now been reduced down to 44 active parts. Now, when it comes to downloading items, you can choose to download items individually. Just simply click the download button here. And once that item has completed, you'll see it in the list. That will now go into your catalog that's inside the system. So that will allow you to drag and drop, add this item now to a project or drawing as you're building it. Now, you do have the ability to download several items at one time. Down at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a records per page drop down. The maximum you're going to see here is 50. So once you've selected 50, if you want to download all 50 on this page, the easiest way to do that is just go up here to the download button and say do all. As you'll see on the right, this will take all of the records that you see on that page and start putting them in a queue for download. Now, you may go to the next page here. This one does not have another page, but you would see the option to go to a second page, and then once again, hit download all, and that will download everything that you see on the screen. Now, you also have the option of doing selected items, so you can opt out certain ones on that screen if you want to. So as a reminder, those will show up here on the right. You'll see when they're completed, they show up in blue, and that means it's now in your catalog and ready to use on a project. Now, as those items get updated, you'll see this icon here will show matched. Before, it showed it as a new icon, meaning it's not in your database. And then once you click on match, that lets you know this is now in your database. It's now in your catalog, so you can use it. So that's how you download from manufacturers individually. Now, we also have the ability within our system to access other product libraries. If you would like to get connected with the vendors on the trial for price feeds, you would simply go up here to connect, and this will allow you to get the price synchronization set up. Now, not every brand in the library has price feeds. Now, the number does change. Currently, as of this video, we've got 166 vendors available for price feeds. And you'll see a few distributors in here as well. So you simply click on the distributor or manufacturer that you want to get connected with. Now, if the vendor has more than one product line available, you will see that listed over here on the right-hand side. And to get connected, just click on the connect button. Now, depending on the vendor, some will just require an account number, which you would enter here, your account number with that vendor. Some of them will also require a billing zip code, so that will need to match your company's zip code that you have registered with that vendor. Once we click connect, that will send a request to that vendor. That vendor usually will review and approve that request within 1 to 2 business days within the system. Now, once that is confirmed with the vendor, the nice thing about this is going to be your price tier with the vendor. So that will get approved, it'll set it up, and from there you can actually choose the frequency on how often you want those updates to happen. Now, if you want to, you can, when we close out of this download window here for the price syncs here, there is up here in the ribbon the ability to choose the scheduling of those price updates. So this is where you can choose, okay, I want a daily sync, a weekly, or monthly sync. So you can choose the frequency you want. If you do have never selected, that means it will only update pricing when you've gone out and chosen to refresh or update that pricing. Now, when you're doing this, you also have the ability to set your price types. In the trial by default, this will be called A, B, and C. If you did want to adjust or change that, you can simply come over here and add or rename price types over there. One last thing to mention on this, if you are testing out the price updates within the DSI trial here, a few things to note. Whenever the cost does change, you do have the ability to choose the rule on what happens. So if you choose maintain margin / markup, what that's going to do is it's going to change the sell price. So if the cost does go up, we're going to change the sell price by default in the system to maintain the same margin of markup that you have previously. The other option is to maintain price. So this will keep the same sell price in your catalog, but recalculate the margin. So in that scenario, if the cost goes up, we will keep the sell price the same, so the margin or markup would then be reduced. So it's up to you, but it is important. Make sure you choose that. I would say probably the most common is to maintain the margin of markup. So you want to set that, save it, and then that will now be part of your schedule here inside the system. So that's how you download products from our library. It's a great resource. It's a great head start. Now, there are some additional ways of getting products in, which we'll cover in additional videos. And that would be through an Excel import and, of course, manually creating items. Now, if there is an item that you do need that is not a part of our library, if you don't find it here in the search or in the listings here, we do also have a data request option. Please post the manufacturer vendor you're looking for, and that will allow other users to vote on that and also help us set priorities on getting those brands inside the system. Hopefully that's helpful, and we look forward to working with you and answering any questions that you may have if you need us. Thanks a lot.